jump.
Hey guys, as promised, I said I would make a solving video of Raphael's axis octahedron. Here it is.
You know, I'm still in awe of this puzzle. I mean, he really did a great job on that. I really like the fact that every face is the same, even though the puzzle spins in really random ways. So, before solving it, I'm going to need to scramble that, so let me show you how this puzzle scrambles. I've played with it a bit before just to see if I knew how to solve it, and I do, so I'm gonna do this now. So yeah, I did solve it like once before. Anyhow, I'll show you a walkthrough of this solve. So this is, you solve this the same way as you would solve a face-turning octahedron. So it's quite simple, even though with this shape it gets quite confusing. And I have to admit, I had some difficulties with the shape at first, trying to get how everything really turned. It's quite confusing once it's scrambled. So this is what it looks like. It's a really beautiful puzzle. Alright, so let's start. Now, you'll notice here, for example, I have a red and white centerpiece. Now this is a centerpiece in the sense that the face is turned around this piece. So red-white is here. I have another white piece here. And I have a blue piece here. I'm just orienting the first face just so you can see more or less how I'm gonna have to solve the first edges. So, sorry, bit of a lockup. They happen, but not that often, so it's quite nice. All right, so here you have two red centers, two white centers, two blue centers, and two purple centers, see? So these four centers are going to be my top face when I'm solving this. So I'm going to start solving the edges that go with these centers. So this is solved. I need the red one, it's right here, so I'm going to solve it like this, just like... So this is basically the Dino cube step of the solving video. So when you solve a face-turning octahedron, you first have to solve these big pieces. They're basically Dino cube edges, so it's not that hard to solve at all. So that's quite nice. So let's see. I'm bringing this here. All right. Let me see. Here it is. Oh wait, it is kind of confusing. Sorry if I'm getting off range. It's hard to make sure the video is great while still solving it. So alright, so I've got the purple edge here solved. And now the blue edge here, I just need to bring it up here, so I'm gonna turn it like that. You'll see most of my moves are normal moves and not prime moves, because on 3D printed puzzles they tend to turn better in one direction than in the other. That's just a reflex I just took over the years, because I don't know, it's always been like that with 3D printed puzzles. It's just how they are. So yeah. All right, so I got this. All right, I'm just making sure this orange piece is here, is in this orientation, this center, so that when I put the edge in, it's going to be the right orientation here. I've already got the purple, but it's not the right orientation, so I need to change this. Also, I need to solve these large edge pieces first. So this one's correct, this one's correct, this one's correct, and this one's correct. Now, okay, it seems that I've solved the top edges as well. So I've got these four edges here on the sides, and these four edges here. So for now, the Dino cube is solved, except that there's one little mistake that I hadn't noticed at first. This center doesn't have the right orientation. Now this is quite easy. It's just a small commutator. For example, I move this here, turn it so that it's in the right orientation, do the same here, and the same here. Now on a 3x3, it's basically, if you did this commutator here, in order to switch edges between them, like these two edges, you want to switch them. Oh, sorry, these two. Well, you're gonna do this. It's the same algorithm, but for something with 3 edges instead of 4. Now, now I have to solve these rows of 3 pieces that you can see here before going on to anything else. So I'm going to start with these large ones because they stick out and I don't want them to, you know, interfere during my turns because this is a reflex again. This is my reflex from 3D printed puzzles. It's I'm trying to get the pieces that stick out solved first when I can choose between these and other pieces, because they are the ones that tend to be the most fragile. So in this case, I know that they are not going to break because they're quite big anyways. I mean, the center stock is quite large, I guess. But anyways, I'm not taking any chances because this is really a great puzzle. All right, so now I'm gonna solve this piece. So I have to solve this row of 3 edges. I'm just gonna look for it. It's right here. So I'm gonna take it out of its original position. All right, so it's here and I want to bring it up here. So I'm gonna bring it into its rightful position. Make some sort of random sexy move commutator. All right, and bring it back into its rightful position. Here they are. So now I want to do this one. This one goes with the purple blue edge. That purple blue edge is located here. So let's see, I'm gonna bring it closer here. And I'm gonna do the same thing that I just did with the other set of edges. So I'm pairing them up, putting them somewhere else, bringing this back here and putting them in their correct position. All right, I'm gonna do this for this face as well. So here I have the the pink green edge. So I'm gonna do the same thing. All right. And now I'm going to do the same with the green yellow edge. It's always the same type of move, always the same algorithm that I'm using. Okay, so it's not that hard to solve for now. It's actually quite easy. But now I have to do the same thing with these edges on the sides. So for example, now let me just start by getting those white pieces in their correct positions. So I've got the first one and the second one here. All right, so these two are solved. Now I need to pair them up with their corresponding edge pieces here, and they are the pink ones. So here they are. So the pink one here, I want to bring it up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch this with a piece that I don't really care about. Then I'm going to bring the pink one in that position and bring that white piece back here. So yeah. Also, I'm going to bring these two big pieces back in their original positions because I think it's just safer. That's just a reflex again. You don't need to do what I'm doing. These pieces are just good here and they're not going to break anyways. It's just that I like it when the shape is less confusing because it makes solving easier. All right, so now the second pink edge is right here. Now I'm going to use a different method. I'm going to bring this white edge to the pink edge and I'm going to switch it with another set of edges that I can break easily that I don't need, and I'm going to bring that back here, and now I'm going to replace this set of pieces here with the correct set of pieces, which is this one, by doing this sort of small Sexy move algorithm. And I'm bringing these two back to their original position on the top face, on the top corner. When I say top corner and bottom corner, I mean the corners around which this puzzle was rotated in order to give this axis octahedron. Now, as you can see, this is solved. Now I need to do this for the next 3 pairs of edges. This is, 6 pairs of edges. This is really not hard to do. It's actually one of the easiest parts of solving this puzzle. Now, I'm going to take the yellow-purple pair first, because, well, simply put, they're already there to be solved. So I just had to go fetch one piece and put it in the next, so it was easier for me just to do this. Now I just have to put them in their correct position right here and solve the rest. Okay, so I've got this solved as well. Also, my pink-white edge sort of got displaced during these algorithms. I'm putting it back so that it looks cleaner, so that you can understand the solve in an easier, cleaner way. Alright, so I've got this solved, these here solved, and these. So I've only got 2 corners, well, octahedron, face-turning octahedron corners, which here correspond to these tiny edges, to solve. So let me see. I've got a green-orange, and it needs to be a green-red, so I'm going to need to bring the red piece here closer. I'm going to bring it, wait, let me see. I'm going to bring it here, this piece here. Let me explain why. When I bring it here, I've got something that shows up. I got the opportunity to link the green one with the red one, and then make any commutator to just replace these with another edge set. Nevertheless, it's confusing, so I think I'm gonna use another method for the end. Let me think. Yeah, I'm gonna use another method. It's gonna be clear. It's gonna make more sense. So yeah. Sorry about that. I'm solving it as we go, but again, I don't really know the sequence of moves I'm going to use or anything. I'm not that good at solving. I'm just trying my best here. I'm going to bring this orange piece up here and try to switch it with the red piece. So let's see if I can. I'm going to take this orange piece. Alright, this is confusing. These are actually on opposite corners, so it's not as easy as I wish to visualize exactly what I'm going to do, because usually I just have to do one move and they're linked already. Now it's going to be more than one move because I need to orient it correctly and stuff like that. So it's more confusing than my previous solve. I should have solved it the same way. So yeah, anyways, I need to bring the blue up there and replace it with a green one, the green edge. So let's see if there's an easier way to do this. I'm going to bring it all the way up here. And I want to replace the blue edge with the green edge. This is what I'm going to do. Replacing the blue edge with the green edge. And bring the green edge all the way back here. It seems that this is working. This is still solved. This is not solved, this is not solved, and this is not solved. Well, basically I'm screwing up everything that I did earlier. I think so. Because of its, the fact that it's confusing. Although it seems like I am solving a few things as we go. This orange piece, I'm gonna want to replace it with the red edge right here. So I'm gonna do the same thing as earlier. And bring the red piece back here. So this is solved. This is solved. This is solved. I just need these three sets of edges to complete the edge solved. Now this is going to be easier. As I said, earlier I had two opposite sets of edges that were scrambled. Now this is scrambled, this is solved, this is solved, this is solved, and this is solved, which means I only need to solve these two sets. This is going to be much easier. For example, now you see here, well, let me first switch the orientation of that blue-white edge because, well, simply put, I need it to be in the opposite direction. So I'm going to switch anything really with this set of edges. Okay, sorry. Alright, so this is, sorry, where are they? Okay, I switched this, but this doesn't matter. It's still, the yellow-purple edge is still paired up. I just need to switch it back later on. Now the blue piece is correct. I just need an orange piece here. Now, this means I just need to bring this here, switch the orientation of the white-orange pair, and that will do the trick. So I'm switching the orientation of the white-orange edge along with the orientation of the red-green edge because it just doesn't matter. And as I said earlier, I had to switch the orientation of that piece later on, and this one too. So now I can just switch these two together, and it's gonna work. So, as you can see, I have my blue-orange edge that's paired up, and the other one, which is the purple-white edge, which is automatically solved. Now I just need one last one. Here it's the orange-pink edge. Now this is in the wrong orientation, so as always, I'm going to switch its orientation with any other edge that I want. I'm going to choose this one. As you can see, I've switched these two pieces and these two pieces. Now all I need is to bring this pink piece here so that I can switch these two together. So I'm going to switch them with any edge. I'm going to use this, well, any pair of edges. I'm going to use this one, the red-green. Alright, and now all I need is to switch this pair and this pair. These are the two last pairs that aren't yet switched, and it will be solved, at least for the edge part. Now all I need is to solve these pieces right here, these 5 FTO corners. Now this is where the challenge comes in. So here, for example, I'm going to bring this one, it's in its position, in the position it needs to be in. That's fine. Okay, and I'm going to take it out of here so that it's not damaged by another move. So I'm going to bring it here, switch it with this set of pieces here. Sorry. Alright, so now it's far away, so it's not going to get damaged by anything I'm going to do. So I'm going to bring these this pair of edges here back up, do the same algorithm as before, except this time I'm going to bring this pair that I made, the pairing the edges in the center. I put them here, but I need to bring them back on top so that they are solved. So for example, here I've solved this. And since I already have 2 that are solved, normally I can have these that are scrambled, but luckily they're not. So at this point, I basically solved the center's positions. Now, something that happens on face-turning octahedra that you don't realize when you have a normal one is that the centers can have different orientations. Now, this can be a problem. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to try something different, something new. I'm going to switch the orientation of 2 sets of edges along with their centers. Now, as you can see, I've switched this set of edges here and this set of edges here. And you've noticed that by switching these two, it solves this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch these two with these two, since I need to change their orientations. So let's see. This one needs to be replaced. So this one's good. And this one needs to be replaced by this one. So I'm going to bring that one here and complete the move. Now, as you can see, these two are the ones that we switched earlier. Now we need to switch these ones. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch the orientation of those edges. Wait, I made a slight mistake. We need to switch the orientation of the centers, so the orientation of those sets of pieces here, those rows of 3 pieces. You'll see in a second why we're doing this. As you can see now, the centers have the right orientation here and here. So now we just need to bring the centers back to their original positions. That solves the orientation problem. And as you can see, all that's left, since we switched these two centers with these two, all that's left is just to switch this. So change the orientation of that set of edges and that set of edges, and this should do the trick. So that's for the center orientation. And that means the puzzle is now solved. All right. So really perfect puzzle by Raphaël. It's awesome to play with, and yeah, I love it.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Feel free to follow me on your favorite social network and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you want to see more of this.